Mark Ruffalo absolutely kills it in the HBO limited series I Know This Much Is True. So what makes his dual performance so awesome? I Know This Much Is True is based on the novel by Wally Lamb and tells the story of twin brothers Thomas and Dominic and their struggles, especially as one deals with schizophrenia. Mark Ruffalo plays both roles of Dominic and Thomas, and he is spectacularly awesome in this. This is probably the most dramatically demanding role that I've ever seen him in. And he's been great in a lot of films. I really liked him in Spotlight, but in this, it's on a whole different level. Ruffalo just sucked me right into his head. I mean, while his performance as Thomas, the one who is suffering from schizophrenia, is really good. I mean, he executes it so well. He shows his prowess as an actor when he takes on the role of Dominic. His performance was haunting. The level of psychological trauma that he had to put himself through in order to get into character for this is just phenomenal. I mean, it is going to put you in the bell jar something awful. There's a level of self-loathing that he has and that he displays, and I mean, it's utterly heartbreaking. But you get to see how he desires to break free from that, but his guilt of obligation keeps him trapped. It's like the pain and conflict is just oozing out of his pores. I mean, this is masterclass acting that we get to see from him. This limited series is only 6 episodes long, and they're each about an hour long, but wow, it is going to take its toll on you. I watched it after it aired, so I had the ability to binge watch several episodes at once. But I couldn't get through more than 3 at a time because it was just so emotionally draining. A few of the supporting roles in this are also spellbinding. I mean, they just work to complement Ruffalo's performance so well. There's Rosie O'Donnell, who I don't remember the last thing I've seen her in, but she chews up her scenes. I mean, she just sucks everything in, and it is so amazing to watch her because she feels so real, she feels so genuine, heartfelt. She's really playing a compassionate character, and it comes through in every word and every look that she has. She matches Ruffalo line for line in awesomeness. Kathryn Hahn has a smaller role, but it's so powerful still, playing the ex-wife of Dominic. She gets to have some really touching scenes that show her heart for the character. The story's really deep, but it's also easy to follow. I mean, through a lot of it, we get to take a look back in time and to see how relationships are formed and even just what effect certain behaviors had on the family from way back and at the far-reaching into the present. I mean, at least the present of the show, which is the early 90s. There's a theme working throughout the entire timeline, and that's defective relationships and family secrets, and even just some destructive male bravado and toxic masculinity. I mean, it just oozes from some of the characters, and you can see the destruction that it has just as it permeates everything. Like I said, the current time in this series is the early 90s, and they do it really well. I mean, from the dress to the cars to the music, everything really captures that time period and will transport you back to it. There's even a point where Ruffalo's Dominic is wearing what I would call hammer pants that were kind of those, I mean, if you saw them, you'd recognize them. They were kind of wide at the top. They narrowed down at the ankles. They had some Velcro at the waist, and they were typically some just really wild colors. When MC Hammer wore something like that, it allowed him to do some spectacular moves. When Ruffalo wears them, he's just wearing them. As great as the story is, and regardless of how exceptional the performances are, I can't watch this again. The emotional trauma that viewers are put through is the exact same that Ruffalo's characters are put through. I mean, it's raw and devastating and real, and it is so worth the time to watch it. There's a lot of sex, nudity, profanity, and violence. I give I Know This Much Is True 5 out of 5 couches. What is your favorite Mark Ruffalo performance? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.